Hey guys, welcome back in Tech AVP channel. So guys, today we are going to discuss about types of exception in the Selenium. So most of the time interviewer asks this question, what type of exception you are facing once you are building an automation framework. So today we are going to discuss about the exceptions, what type of exception we are facing and what is exception. First question is, what is exception? Okay, so let's see how we have to be answer this question. So let's start, but guys, going to before next step, please like, share and subscribe this channel. Okay, so let's start. So first thing, Selenium exception. What is Selenium exception? Exception means unexpected behavior. Once you are executing your script and that time script goes to be failed, is called exception. And if technically we have to justify its definition, then we can say that Selenium exceptions are unexpected event that occur while executing Selenium script. They can be caused by variety of factors like including logical error, runtime error and the system error. And the logical error is when the code doesn't function as expected. Okay, and the second one, runtime error, when program encounter an expected outcome during the expectation. Your program is executed, but that time you are facing some logical error, means compile time error is called compile time error, or there is some challenge with your script. So that time runtime error, that time you got a runtime error. Okay, the third one is system error. System error occurred when software trouble with the system resources. When system resources not fulfill your requirement, like out of memory, your memory is not enough to handle the not enough to handle your script execution. So that time you are getting system error. Okay, so let's start what type of exception we are facing. So the first one is element not selected exception. So in this element is in this type of exception, element is present but cannot be selected. Suppose you have a drop down. Okay, and drop down is taking 5 minutes, or not a 5 minutes, 5 minutes is a more time. Drop down is taking 13 seconds and you have provided duration of the 10 seconds. So that time you are getting this type of exception because you are selecting value from the drop down. So in that case you have to be increase your time, and you can also use explicit wait here to handle this situation. Okay, so most of the time interviewer asks, if you are getting element not selectable exception, then what steps you have to be use. So in that case you have to simply answer, I will use here explicit wait, and in the explicit wait I will use the method element to be selected. I will use method element to be selected. So in that way you have to answer this question. Okay, the next exception is element not interactable exception, and this exception throws when element is present but not interactable. Means element is present in your DOM, but it's not interactable. So in that case we have to use brute forces, and in the brute forces we have to use JavaScript executor. Okay, the next exception is element not visible exception. Means throw when element is present in DOM but not visible on the UI. Your element is present in the DOM. DOM means document object model. Element is present in the DOM but it's not visible on the UI part. So in that case you have to be also use the explicit wait, but in the explicit wait you have to use the method visibility of element. Okay, expected conditions dot visibility of element. Also provide the duration depends on you. You have to provide 10 second, 20 second, 30 second, and as well as you have to provide, and also depends on the network. What is your network bandwidth, as well as your website, as well as your application, how much times to taking to load on the UI. Okay, next exception, no such element exception. This exception thrown when desired element is not found in DOM. Means element is not present, element is completely removed. So in that case you have to also use explicit wait, but in the explicit wait you can use the method presence of element located by. Okay, and after that you have to provide the duration of time, what exactly we have already discussed, because it already depends on your network bandwidth, your application type, what type of your application and how much time it will be takes to load UI. Okay, next exception, NoAlertPresentException. So in that case, once your alert is not present, then in that case you got this exception. So in that case you have to use expected condition and with the method alert is present or not. Okay, and also use method .apply, and also method .apply, and after if your alert is present, then you have to directly use the command driver.switch2alert and accept, or you have to provide a dismiss. Okay, so both way you can handle the alert. The next exception is NoSuchWindowException. So the NoSuchWindowException is thrown when target window cannot be found. In which you want to be execute your test script. So in that case you have to use window handlers, and in the window handlers you have to use window handles or a window handle mechanism. Both way you can be used. Okay, and guys, here one more important thing, always use set, always use collection set. Okay, in the set you have to be provide, because set doesn't contains the duplicate value, because it doesn't contains the unique value. So that's why we are using the set here, and the method we can use window handles and window handle. Okay, and also we have to provide the if condition. If window handles contains the target window means your parent window or your child window, then you have to directly switch to the specific window, target window or parent window. Okay, and the next exception is TimeoutException. And TimeoutException you are getting once your application takes time to load your UI elements. So in that case you have to use again explicit wait and provide the duration of second, but the method you can use here expected condition .visibility of your element. Okay, the next is very important interview question. Most of the time interviewer asks this question: why you are getting stale, and why you are getting stale element reference exception, or what is a stale element reference exception? So in that case guys, you have to simply answer, this exception throws when element is no longer attached in the DOM. So in that case we have to use refresh or retry method. In that case we have to use refresh, driver.navigate.refresh, or we can use retry mechanism. In the retry mechanism, if you see in the below example here I have provided I have take a one variable retry count equals to 3 times it will be hitting your element, and after that if within a three hits it will be the element will be found, then it will be executed to the next step, else it will be failed and throw the error, and it will be throw this error, catch retry equals to 0 and throw your exception. Element is not attached in the DOM and encounter, and you have to try multiple times. Okay, so this one is a guys really important interview question. So please pause this video and again write down on your notebook and try this method on your editor. Okay, the next one, WebDriver exception. So WebDriver exception you are facing once your WebDriver setup is not properly installed, your WebDriver is not properly set up, or you have not provided a correct path of your WebDriver setup, or your version and configuration, catch generic exception if no specific solution applied, okay, to execute your WebDriver. So in that case you have to simply use driver.findElement by ID or by XPath, and then you have to use try catch block. Okay, so guys, these are the basic exceptions. Okay, so the first one is element is disabled. Okay, sometime element got to be disabled. Okay, so that time you have to get the exception. Element not visible and covered by another element. Third one is element is incorrect state. Okay, fourth one, incorrect locator you have to provide it, so that time you got a element not found exception. Also JavaScript or dynamic DOM manipulation. means your element is continuously frequently changed. So that time you have to use JavaScript or dynamic DOM manipulation. And solution here, you have to specifically provide the wait to load the specific element on the page. Okay, so I hope guys this video is really helpful for you to crack the interview. Please like, share and subscribe this channel if this video finds you helpful. Thank you. Have a nice day.